What's up, guys? Welcome back to Kinda Funny's MCU in Review. Last week, we reviewed Avengers Infinity War. It was beautiful. We loved it. We ranked it number 1 on our list. But we didn't want to end the show there. We had a lot of ideas. We wanted to keep going. So what we're going to do now, thanks to a lot of feedback we got from you guys, is Kinda Funny's MCU in Review.
Okay.
What we're going to do is go back, give our own list, personal list for the entire MCU. And then, we came up with a couple categories for awards that we wanted to give out. A bunch of fun, cool stuff. Best fight scene, best this, best that. It's going to be a good time. But this is Kinda Funny's MCU in Review each and every Tuesday right here on youtube.com/kindafunny. We get together, rank and review the Marvel movies, but things are about to change a little bit.
The world's been shaken.
It has. Going forward, this show is going to be on Thursdays. Thursdays at 9 a.m. The reason for that, when there's new releases, it makes more sense with the schedule that we're going forward with. Next week will be Deadpool 2. Following week after that will be Solo, a Star Wars story. And then the week after that, we will be debuting our next in review.
Wait, Thursday at what time?
Thursday at 9 a.m. unless it's in theaters,
release.
In which case it'll be Thursday as soon as we can get it up.
Gotcha, I see what you're saying.
So yeah, Kinda Funny's in Review. The show will be every Thursday.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. or whenever it goes up. And how's this going to work?
Ending.
It's not ending. It's going to continue. Never ending.
New show.
Maybe at some point.
Gonna get tired.
But we're going to do the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks is just going to be like classic Kinda Funny reviews where it's not going to be like ranking in Star Wars or ranking in X-Men. But then we go forward the next show, and when Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out, we'll add it to this show, MCU in Review, so forth.
And as we decided last episode, Andy, Ragu Bagu continues and never ends.
Right.
So every bad guy in every movie we ever review from here on out gets ranked.
Throw them right in there.
Right in there. These fucks, Coffee Man, where are they going to go?
I thought we were going to get like a week off or something. But
No,
we did.
Well, I mean, last week kind of was.
We kind of get this.
But
week
now
off
we
too,
can
right?
unveil Tremors in Review.
Oh my
The
God.
Tremorverse.
I would fucking love that.
Where do
guys.
the Tremors rank in Ragu Bagu? We'll have to see.
We'll have to find out. I'm
Are
Tim
they
Gettys.
first
This is Andy
or are they
Cortez. That's
last?
Kevin Coelho.
These are
That's Greg Miller.
worms in your ass.
Nick Scarpino. Good freaking Lord. You can get the show as a podcast by typing in Kinda Funny Reviews in whatever podcast service you use, including Spotify. Thank you very much for that. Or again, youtube.com/kindafunny. How you doing, Greg?
I'm great. How many in reviews will we get through before we actually do Tremors, in all honesty?
God,
we can do whatever we want.
That.
We can, yeah.
I'm going to go on a limb.
We need to do Paranormal Activity.
I'm going to go on a limb and say we're never doing Tremors.
No,
ever.
don't say
Who
that.
knows?
That's
There was
awful.
one good
Never say
Tremors
never.
movie.
We don't know.
And they're at Tremors 6 right now. I just want everyone to know.
I thought it was
Is that
Tremors
true?
5.
I think there's a 6th one
I think
that I
it's
saw.
5.
There's one in the Arctic.
Yeah, the Cold Day in Hell or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
maybe that is 5. but
Patreon tier,
it's-
man.
Okay.
set it up there.
I've been dying for an
The thing
excuse
is,
to
who
watch
knows if people
all of the
care?
Tremors movies.
It's not necessarily that people care about the movies. They care about us talking shit about the movies.
Yeah.
So, Tim,
You know
here's
what
an
I
I think
idea.
they also want to watch the movies.
Here's an idea that
You can
I
watch
threw
Tremors
out to Joey and Cool Greg, and they were both on board. We do secretly, we record
Kevin.
what?
No, just record you secretly.
25 videos. Like we do this one normally, and then on Friday we do one more, right? And it's Christmas movies. And then the 25 days of Christmas, one a day, you know what I mean?
The 20.
Jesus.
There's not 20. No one says 25 days of Christmas. There's
Isn't that what
12
it is?
days of
Isn't that the
Christmas.
ad-
No.
It's the
He's
ad
right.
movies.
Like an ABC family do like
Thank
the
you.
25
Thank you
days
so
of
much.
Christmas where they watch every
They
day
start
is a
the
Christmas.
very
Super
1st of
upsetting.
December.
Yeah, the
Break
25.
yo dick off, dude.
I would also like to do the exact same thing, the 31 days of Halloween.
100%.
Leading up to Halloween.
100%.
And
I'm
we just
in.
do all
I'm
this
I'm
shit.
in.
I can't
I want to
that.
do the 28 days, sometimes 29 days
Of later.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
in February.
Mhm.
365
Now
days
watch
of jerking
Groundhog
off
Day.
We
videos.
can watch Love Actually, Valentine's Day, all those movies.
Just Groundhog Day.
So
Over and over.
you don't like the idea is what I'm getting at?
No,
of that?
I don't. But who
sucks.
knows? Who knows, Kevin?
I'm just saying that would be really cool. One
Cool,
day.
Greg. Pull up the ranking.
Ba, 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 ba.
This is the official ranking of the Kinda Funny of the Marvel Cinematic Universe by Kinda Funny. This is the number 1,
United.
definitive.
The
It is
United.
what it is, and we'll always add on to
It is
this.
what it is.
Number 1, Avengers Infinity War. Number 2, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 3, Captain America Civil War. Number 4, Thor Ragnarok. Number 5, Captain America the Winter Soldier. Number 6, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 7, Avengers. Number 8, Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Number 9, Iron Man. Number 10, Black Panther. Number 11, Doctor Strange. Number 12, Ant-Man. 13, Iron Man 2, 14, Avengers Age of Ultron, 15, Captain America, the First Avenger, 16, Iron Man 3, 17, The Incredible Hulk, 18, Thor, and 19, Thor, The Dark World.
Some travesties we're going to fix today in our personal
Yeah,
list.
absolutely.
That's one way
Hell
to
yeah,
put it.
dude.
Some things have gone.
Things. He's gonna show me the world.
So some of the budget stuff that we didn't have last week when we reviewed
Finally.
Infinity War, and
Thank
even
God.
this isn't finished. Budget $300 million for Avengers Infinity War. They shot it and the sequel back to back, the
not bad.
unnamed Avengers 4. They shot for a year straight from January to January with about 2 weeks in between.
It's awesome.
The director said the costs ended up in the neighborhood of $350,000 to $450,000 a day just to keep production running. Jesus. Hasn't even opened in China yet. As of right now, May 6th, worldwide, we're at almost $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
Domestic,
insane.
They're saying it might crack 2 billion.
450. It's looking to crack
No
2 billion,
way. No way.
which is one of the.
It might
you
be
don't
the
think?
highest grossing movie of all
I think
time.
it's going to. I don't know. I don't think it's going to do that because Avatar is at 2.8 billion.
Jesus Christ.
And
insane.
750,000 of that's domestic. The rest of it is international. So
all
it's
those
like that's
3D
nuts.
glasses, you know?
And Infinity War, I don't think is going to make that much.
Yeah, probably not
international.
because all the 3D showings of it. They didn't have that many.
But you're a fucking Avatar fanboy, so I can't trust your news.
Yeah, you blew yourself. We saw that in the morning show 2 days ago.
It's true.
Hey,
That's all true. So right now, Avengers is the 15th highest grossing movie of all time worldwide. 14. It's nipping at the fucking heels of Iron Man 3. Black Panther's the only one. It goes Black Panther, Age of Ultron, and then Avengers 1 going up. Avengers 1 at a cool 1.5. We're going to cross that.
yeah, after 2 weeks, that's incredible. That's really high.
Where do you guys think this ends up? Do you think it beats Titanic at 2.2 million?
Oh, I think it
Billion?
could.
I think it beats Titanic. Yeah.
I just don't think it beats Avatar.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
You think
want
like
it to.
2.3,
I'm so
2.5?
fucking tired of Avatar being number one. It's annoying. When is it
Well,
going
they
to stop?
re-released it, right?
When is it going to
Did they?
stop?
Is that-
Yeah,
does that
they
count for it?
re-released
It does
Avatar.
count.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is I have
Bullshit.
the feeling that they'll re-release Infinity War next year.
Ooh,
with
right before.
Avengers
Cool.
4.
Cool.
That
That'd be
shouldn't
dope.
count,
That'd be
though.
dope.
It
Hey,
does.
shut up.
Shouldn't
That
count.
works
Well,
in our
yeah, but
favor.
then
would
Gone
so
with the
be
Wind
there.
got re-released like 15 times. You know?
That's fair.
Gonna
would
bring Clark
so
Gable
be
back though.
Your black eye is freaking me out.
It's starting to itch now. And I
Yeah,
wanna
it's
touch
weird.
it.
I can tell it itches from over here. Put ice on it or some shit.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to go around the table, starting with me, of our rankings of the MCU.
Yeah.
You put Avatar first,
This
you piece
is
of garbage?
Avatar is undeniably number one, Greg. This is up to us, whatever we want to consider it. Best, favorites, best. It's our list.
Sure.
You know, the definitive list, it's out there. People know what it is. But
Yeah.
these are our list. Cool, Greg. Please bring it up. At number one, I have Avengers Infinity War. Fantastic movie.
Yay!
Love it. Number 2, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 3, Thor Ragnarok. 4, Captain America Winter Soldier. So overall, my list fairly similar to the definitive list.
It's a good list.
With a couple things moved around, including I moved Ragnarok up a bit. When I started looking at things as a whole, realizing how much I enjoy certain moments in Ragnarok and just the movie comedically as a
Sure.
whole. I put Winter Soldier above Civil War because I think it does something very special to the
You're
MCU,
right on that one.
being a dope ass fucking movie.
Dope
Number
ass.
6, Avengers.
Down.
And then here we go, 7 and 8. Guardians 2, right above Guardians 1.
That's
I feel like
crazy.
that's a lot
7 and
lower
8.
compared to
Yeah.
where most people are
Yeah,
going to put
100%.
it. But I think everything above it deserves that.
Yeah.
And I
That's
think
the
that to
right
me,
order.
Ragnarok is the best Guardians movie. And it shows here. Number 9, Iron Man 1. Started it all. Got to give it some credit, but not too much credit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Spoilers. Higher
Black
on my
Panther
list.
right there, kind of in the middle. 11, Doctor Strange. 12, Ant-Man. And I honestly...
So these are
I-
your personal enjoyment films?
It's just kind of how I feel they fit in the MCU, and for whatever reason,
Okay.
like I would fight for a lot of the ones that are higher. Like I kind of look at this in tiers, where I'm
Sure.
like, I feel from number 1 to 7, that's like top tier to me.
Yeah.
And then from 8 to 12, they're all kind of in that second level where I'm like, I can see arguments this way or that way. Like I was debating about Doctor Strange and Ant-Man flipping them, but I was like, at the end of the day, I think Doctor Strange did something really good with the Dormammu stuff. And just having a really good third act, and Ant-Man, you know, he had some issues.
So Iron Man
Cross
3
sucked.
better than Iron Man 2?
Number 13, Iron Man
Fucking
3.
wild, dude.
I think it's better than Iron Man 2.
Why?
My man.
Yeah.
Andy, what do you have to say about that?
The Mandarin.
That's stupid.
You're stupid.
That's a terrible decision.
Andy
man.
thinks he
terrible
knows where your
decision.
bird is. Do the goddamn thing.
Do it, Andy.
Do the thing.
Well, it's because I've been working on a fucking repertoire of a
fucking
lot of
now's
different
the time to
impressions.
do it, bro.
Because
You can't do it live. You can't do it.
I
Don't be the
recently
new Carrot Top.
I
it live.
recently did, I never freeze.
Okay.
That was really
Fucking
good.
nailed
That
it,
was
dude.
fucking good. I also
really
love that like it's the graphic is up, so
So people know. But
but
there's
like
audio people.
for a
man.
moment, I'm sure someone thought we clipped that scene out.
Chadwick
yeah.
Boseman
Chadwick
was
yeah.
in the room.
Evacuate all defenses. No, what did he say? Evacuate all citizens.
Get this man.
Engage all defenses and get this man a shield. It's
And now do the fucking bird.
Iron Man 3 and Iron
want
Man
my
2
boot.
is another one for me where I'm like, I can see an argument either way.
Interchangeable
They're
kinda,
fairly interchangeable, but Iron Man 3 starts off with Blue by Eiffel 65,
Yeah.
and I gotta give that a
just
shout
don't
out.
But Iron
understand
Man
why
3
everyone
didn't
likes
have
that
Sam
song.
Rockwell.
It didn't. Sam
did
Rockwell's
not.
fucking dope as hell.
Instead, Iron Man 3 had the president of the United States.
Who
Paltrow.
was he?
He was that guy from Shawshank Redemption. Fuck you.
Was
How about
he?
that? Yeah. How's that?
about
How's that
that?
feel?
Wait,
Is
who
it
was he in
your crown?
Shawshank Redemption?
He's the guy from Shawshank, the one who fucking sat there and did stuff.
Number 15.
wasn't a substantial
Wait, is that the same guy that was like Death from Bogus Journey, right? Or no, it's a different guy.
I don't know that one.
Nah, it's
Number
definitely a
15
different
is
guy.
Avengers Age of Ultron, and this is kind of where I'm like, all right, these movies are just okay going down from here.
Crazy.
16, Captain America Winter, or the
Outrageous.
first Avenger.
Outrageous.
First
That movie's so much better than that.
You think it's what?
So much better than that.
Better than that.
That's what I was saying outrageous to when
What's
you said
better than
15.
that?
Captain
America.
Is better than,
Number 16.
Really? Yeah.
it's better than,
Number 16.
Number
but
16.
then where do you think it goes?
I guess maybe you have
well,
to wait
you'll
for
see
my
our
list.
list.
We'll have to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it. Y'all
Teaser, everybody, stay
tripping, man.
tuned.
Avengers
Stick
Age of
around.
Ultron, way better than, and definitely the Iron Man movies. Incredible Hulk coming in at 17.
Perfect.
18 Thor, 19 Thor. Dark
Yeah,
World.
I want to see
Nailed
how
it.
many of us all keep the butts together.
I think the
here.
butts will stay together for the most part.
Butts like to stick together, don't they?
I don't know,
Andy?
maybe
Yeah.
we'll see something different with my list, guys.
Cool, Greg. Let's pull up Andy's list.
I'm excited for this one, guys. I worked really hard on this.
What
all right?
in the
Jesus,
fuck
this is
is
some
this
garbage.
list?
Ragnarok up on top. That's what I'm talking about, buddy.
Thor Ragnarok coming in at number 1, guys. What else needs to be said about this movie? Korg, best actor in the MCU.
So fucking good.
Best character.
I
in the
want a
MCU.
just Korg movie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
same here.
No one else. I just want Korg.
Same here. I still personally, I think I even said this when we reviewed Infinity War, that I had Infinity War at 3, below Civil War, and I still feel the same way.
You're crazy.
Infinity
You're a
War is still
psychopath.
fucking awesome, right? But I feel like I enjoyed more parts of Civil War. 2 wars, though.
2 wars,
2
man.
wars don't make it right, Tim.
I know what you mean, man. 2 Russo brothers.
Guardians 2 at number 4. I just loved it. I mean, it's
So good.
Again,
Great
we
movie.
talked about it where we weren't. I wasn't sure I was going to rank this above the first Guardians, but rewatching it, I love the whole fucking what's his name?
Yondu.
Burt Reynolds. What's his
Yondu.
name? The old man.
Burt Reynolds.
Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell.
yeah.
Burt
Go
Russell.
fucking
Kurt Reynolds.
Slap yourself with a fish.
Kurt Reynolds. Either one of those guys. I think the whole twist with him killing Quill's mom, I thought was really cool and well done, and a big dramatic moment in that movie. Black Panther, I had number 5. I feel like I always had this higher at when we first ranked it, and I don't remember where I had it because it does get weird when we were doing. I was talking to Nick about this today, where there's a kind of funny best friend has been ranking our
really cool.
picks, right? But what he does miss in some of those is like, hey, is this movie better than the 6th rank movie? And in my opinion, maybe it is, but I don't think it's better than the 3rd rank movie, just because of how
Yeah.
our system for ranking stuff.
We got
so-
into a lot of arguments over semantics. Of
Yeah.
All right, so we think it's at least 7. Is it better than 6? Which didn't account for. Do we think it's better?
And
than
I might think it's better than 3,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
weird shit like that happens. But I have Black Panther at number 5. I think it's just a super complete movie and great cinematography and acting, and Michael B. Jordan,
Michael B. Jordan.
MBJ.
so handsome.
He's really good.
Such a good torso.
Good
great
everything.
He does
torso.
have a good torso.
A great torso.
Great torso.
Best torso, I'd
Spider-Man
say.
Homecoming at number 6. This was tough putting this
Outrageous!
above the first
So low,
Guardians.
dude.
I was so close to putting it at 7 and having Guardians at 6.
Wow.
But again, these movies are all really, really awesome and fun and
Yeah, sure.
entertaining.
I mean, even looking up to your top 9 here, it's my top 9, just in a different order.
Yeah. Winter Soldier at number 8. God, fuck. I mean, the same argument with Homecoming, where I just you could interchange them. You could have switched the graphic on me, and I wouldn't have known. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That sort of thing. Cool, Greg. Did you fuck with the graphic? Just kidding. Number 9 is Avengers. I do feel like it's awesome, but the movies above it, I think, did what Avengers did just better.
You said damn there. Why, Kevin? Because
I was just crazy that like
it's crazy to
and
have
I'm
the movie that low.
Once we'll go on my list, it's kind of in a similar place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Man at number 10, I pulled the opposite of a Scarpino and had it a little bit in the middle of the list. I'm sure Scarpino's going to have this at a -8, somewhere above where any of these movies can even be. It's not even going to be on the chart.
As soon as you're done talking.
Can't wait for Nick's
Well,
list.
that's my turn.
I had the same sort of weird thing that Tim had where
Soon
it's
as
like,
you're done.
I don't know, Doctor Strange and Ant-Man, you can interchange them, but the same thing with the whole Dormammu twist, which, puts it above Ant-Man for me. Iron Man 2, I Want My Boot, comes in at number 13.
You did that really bad.
I Want My Boot.
Yeah, you got to just.
Have you been practicing?
I've
or
Have you been
way.
practicing
Second
just
one.
the Black Panther one? And
I've been
not
doing
this
a
one?
lot of, T'Challa,
It
yeah.
just sucks that you lost the other one.
See, I didn't have to practice that. I nailed it the first
I
time.
Want My Boot.
I just wanted to get him to do that like 3 or 4 more times.
Practice it.
So I kept
Booyah.
calling him.
Who says Booyah?
Cyborg in Justice League.
Yeah.
My man.
Aquaman.
They're interchangeable.
Iron Man 2 above Age of Ultron, which some people might think is crazy, but
That
Sam
is crazy.
Rockwell.
No, come on, dude.
Sam Rockwell.
We
make it
love
work.
Sammy
Three on
Rock.
this
Yeah.
is so low.
Sammy Rock.
15. Well, I didn't say 14. 14 is Avengers Age of Ultron. Again, these movies are kind of middle of the pack. Number 15, Captain America: The First Avenger, a movie that I just wasn't super entertained by, but I still think it has some good qualities about it. Number 16, I'm fixing what we did wrong. Thor at number 16. Thor is number 16.
You're a psychopath.
Wait, what did we do wrong?
We put it
We
last.
put Thor as 18.
Like
Yeah,
almost
you had
last.
Thor above Dark World at number.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Thor
was-
above Dark World.
Yeah.
At the second to last spot.
Yeah, that's where it belongs.
So Thor is at number 16. Again, if you go back and watch it, you're going to point out all the fun moments this movie had, right? Yeah,
did-
that's
I
what
did
happened.
Thor 1?
Yeah, watch.
I think we were supposed to go back and watch it. Did you
No,
not
but
do
when
that?
we did
for the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
When we did the MCU in review, I specifically called out all the times we're like, "Oh, that was cool. That was fucking bad."
There
And
was
then
a couple cool
but we
parts,
still
but I
put
mean, look
Hulk
at-
above it.
Yeah, the whole
Hulk
cast
is
was
just
just
a
a
better
what's
movie.
the name of the
Suck.
bad guy in Thor 1? The robot, the Decimator or some shit like
Toaster
that?
face.
The denominator.
Toaster face is fucking dope, dude.
Number 17.
Lowest comment.
Number 17, I have Iron Man 3. I just never
makes
just
sense.
didn't dig the
That
movie.
makes sense. It's not a good
Didn't
movie.
dig it.
Crazy.
And I have Thor Dark World above Incredible Hulk because the moments that Loki has in Thor Dark World, the dramatic, the sad, and the funny moments that Loki has are better than anything Incredible Hulk did. And that's a fact, Jack.
No, dude. Not
Yeah,
a fact
man.
at all.
So
Your list
that's
is
my
whack.
ranking, guys.
You're goon.
Kevin just looked-
Ragnarok.
Kevin just looked over at me and sniffed. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I like. I was.
Hold on, go blow your nose.
My nose
Go blow your-
itches.
Yeah, you got a booger hanging
It's
out
not a
of it.
booger. I
Blow
think
your
it's a
nose.
hair. I think it's
I
a
can
nose
literally
hair.
see the
No, I
booger.
don't
Go blow your nose. I'm being your friend. There's paper towels down there.
Being your friend.
I'm trying to extend my hand in a sign of brothership.
So we were gonna do Kevin.
Wait, so
MCU
on our
ranking.
final list, on our MCU list, we had it as
Incredible Hulk was like,
no, I know that it was Hulk, Thor, Dark World.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I get it?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
good enough.
kind
You
of
got it.
fucked up, guys. Sorry. Number.
This is Kevin's.
This is Kevin's
Switch
list.
over
Oh,
to
this is
Kevin's.
my-
No, yeah, but if you look at Thor Ragnarok, there's a little missing space on the letter A. 'Cause
Oh,
I
it's
had
fine.
I had a mask.
Yeah, that made no sense when I looked at it. So this is my list.
Please bring it up, Cool Greg.
We got Infinity War. Man, I really thought Thor Ragnarok would be my first, but Infinity War is damn good, and I can't wait to see it again. I've seen it twice.
Pass, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, but then Ragnarok, fucking hilarious. I can watch that movie any day, and enjoy the shit out of it. Spider-Man: Homecoming, another amazing movie that like. When I watched that movie, I was like, there's nothing that's going to be better than this. And then I watched Thor Ragnarok, and I was like, oh, here we go, boys. Then the Guardian Twins, you know what I mean? Volume 2 and then Volume 1. 2 is fucking hilarious. It's an awesome movie. I like movies that make me laugh and enjoy life. And the top 5 right here are all comedy except for Infinity War. But that's just because it's so damn good. It still has comedic elements, but
bunch of 'em.
yeah.
And number 6.
The Winter Soldier, because that movie's dope. It's a dope movie, you know what I mean? I feel
is
like
dope.
that.
I like it above Civil War. Good call, Kev.
Yeah. Well, it really, it does crazy shit, guys. Like, it changes, Like bringing up Hydra and shit, man. Breaking apart Shield.
Dope
Crazy
shit.
I'm
shit,
just laughing
man.
at Nick
I know what you're
spinning.
doing. I know what you're doing. All right, then I have Civil War, which is another fantastic movie. Had some really solid moments. Introduced Spider-Man, but still, man, not as serious as the Winter Soldier. Then we have Avengers, which
At number
blew
8.
my mind at
Yeah.
number 8.
Me too.
But like, that's where I feel like it fits. You
Fair,
know?
fair.
Yeah.
Man, we should have done picture-in-picture on this.
Number 9, Black Panther.
Still good.
So, well, I mean, what's wrong? What,
Yeah, just
it's fine. It's
Just having
fine.
some funny moments on camera. That
Okay, well,
you
all right.
didn't see.
So number 9, yeah, Black Panther. A really good movie. Enjoyed the shit out of it, but I just feel like the other movies are stronger. Doctor Strange, same thing. For me, Doctor Strange and Iron Man are really, really close. I just feel like Doctor Strange like understood the formula that Iron Man like started and improved on that. And I feel actually the same way with Black Panther.
What
Where
about
it's-
Ant-Man? Does that fit into that kind of category?
It does,
with you?
but like the comedy of Iron Man and like to me beats it out. But Ant-Man, another great movie, which is my number 12. Then we have Captain America: The First Avenger as number 13. Not much to say there. Just like that one. And then we've got Age of Ultron as 14, Iron Man 2 as 15, The Incredible Hulk as 16, because I think that's a much better movie than everyone says. Iron Man 3 is 17th, because that movie is a much worse movie than everyone says. Thor, and then Thor Dark World, because it's utter trash.
Did we really have this typo the entire MCU show? Iron Man is one word?
No, I think I hand wrote Iron Man.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Because because the numbers are taller, and I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you
yeah,
making you bootleg list over here?
You download this
I-
from Kazaa or what?
Did you go on MS Paint and fix it up?
Fuck you guys. How's
Okay,
that? all right?
wow,
Cool,
Yeah.
Greg, bring up Greg Miller's list, please.
The best list, by the way. Why no one else thought of going in there and changing everything is
using Comic
genius.
Sans in your font.
Hey man, I
Yeah,
didn't have the
that
font. All
shitty
right, I didn't
font
have the
is.
font that I needed.
Oh, so good.
Number
dude.
1, Avengers: Infinity War. Saw it again in theaters since we did the review of Infinity War. It just keeps getting better. And it's the same thing of like, I could go see it again. Sure.
Hell yeah.
And that's saying something for me. I don't, outside of like
Nearly 3 hour
tour
long
de
movie.
force Batman v Superman, it's rare that I go see another movie in a theater again. You know what I mean?
You're a garbage can.
6 times. No big deal,
You really
guys.
are
6
terrible.
times. Number 2,
Wait,
Spider-Man
you saw it
Homecoming.
6 times?
That's
Yeah, he
correct,
lost a bet or
once,
something, for
Once
sure.
being the ultimate cut or whatever the fuck they called it, the 3-hour one. You know what I mean?
When
Made
you
it
came
better.
out of that one,
That's
were you
why
like,
my opinion
this
matters
one
more,
nailed
everybody.
it.
That's why my opinion matters more.
that's
Nobody
why.
can tell you more about that movie than me, all right? Zack Snyder comes to me for advice, all right?
Sure, yeah.
I guess if people love eating shit, they're gonna eat shit a lot.
Eat some mac and cheese. Number 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Avengers: Infinity War. It's up just because it's such a great movie, and it's a cheat, just like I think Avengers was. It's a payoff, and I know all these people, and I care. I'm super invested. I want to know where the story goes from here. It was a great ride.
guy.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. The best Spider-Man so far in terms of a Spider-Man film.
Yep.
I love Tom Holland. I love the universe they're building. I love the fact that it was a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which I don't think I ever fully understood until I was watching that film. And I was like, oh man, there's all this cool stuff that I took for granted. Number 3, Thor Ragnarok. Hilarious. Another movie I think I could watch over and over and over again. Number 4, Captain America: Civil War, a movie that I like. All the Captain Americas I had pegged wrong throughout this show, as we've talked about. But Civil War really paying off in terms of Coffee Guy, a great Ragu Bagu villain. We loved it a lot.
Love him.
Wait, was he coffee guy or bacon guy?
Bacon guy.
Bacon guy.
Bacon
sorry.
guy. I was gonna say, how did it
Interchangeable.
change?
Interchangeable.
Tomato. Yeah.
He orders 2 things, coffee and bacon. So if I just
Baron
switch them up-
and
Zemo.
beans.
I don't know who that man is.
That's his name.
No, he's
Well, you called him
he's
Bacon
Coffee
Man.
Guy,
Baron
Bacon Guy.
Baron.
Zemo. It's a malt liquor drink.
Oh, Zima? We're having a Zima?
Yeah, we're having Zima as well.
It was great. It was fun. I liked the introduction of everybody. I liked seeing everybody work together. It was a good team up. That was fun. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, followed by Guardians of the Galaxy. Another just amazing set of movies. Characters I really care about. Both those movies being that I watch. And I think that's probably, again, putting them in a strata, right? The top 6 here that we've gone through, I think, are all amazing movies that I can watch again and again. I could see on different days, ordering them differently, however I really feel about it.
Did all of us so far put Guardians 2 right above 1?
I believe
and like
so.
next to each
I
other?
didn't have it right. No, I had it like 3 spots above.
But I mean, that's how it should be.
Nah.
But yeah,
go.
the fact they work so well together and those characters, every one of those characters I care about and I love and I can't wait to see. And I think it's one of the reasons I think they steal the show in Infinity War, just that they were so much fun to see. Number 7, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. As everybody said here, great film. A lot of twists and turns. Bucky was cool getting introduced there. It was cool to see more Steve. I liked watching him and Falcon develop. I think getting to that movie, having the context of what would come later, really helped me care more about that movie in the moment of second viewing to really move it around in my rankings. Number 8, Avengers. I'm just like Kevin, where I think, man, I couldn't believe it was this low. I felt like for so long I had been saying before Spider-Man, I would tell you it's my favorite MCU movie. But going back and watching it, it's just like, okay, it's a little long, this, that, and the other. Like, I've seen it and I've thought about it a bunch too, so I think that might play into it. Number 9, Iron Man. Again, a movie that caught me off guard that I loved. Robert Downey Jr. so great as that character. Number 10, Captain America: The First Avenger. A film I still just really enjoy. That's one that I think I've only enjoyed more and more that I watched it. But I left the theater, I know, higher on it than a lot of people were. I was fine with it being a Silver Age comic and being, just goofy and bright and Captain America and Red Skull. And the ending's weird, but whatever. I really enjoyed it. Now, from 10 on down, this is what we were talking about earlier with Strata, right? Where it's like, all right, these are movies that I enjoy, but I don't have, and I obviously will get into stuff I just don't care about. But these are just movies that are cool. Ant-Man, put that in there. I remember, it's the same thing I felt though, of like, I remember seeing it in theaters and really enjoying it. And I remember talking about it in MCU review the second time around and really enjoying it. But I still don't think about Ant-Man all that often. Had fun with it, enjoyed it. Number 12, Iron Man 3. I still think Iron Man 3 better than Iron Man 2, but again, on any given Sunday kind of thing where they'd shake out and do it. I liked that it was different. I liked that it was the PTSD stuff. I liked, Mandarin a lot. I liked that whole thing. I didn't like the ending of everybody's melty people, but whatever. It was fun going through.
Happens.
Yeah, right. Number 13, Iron Man 2. Again, I had, found a newfound respect for that movie going through and watching again in MCU and review. Still think Whiplash isn't the best character, but he was cool in it. And Sam Rockwell and him working together, I really did appreciate. Number 14, Black Panther. It's what we talked about before, where I think number 14 is Black Panther, number 15 is Doctor Strange. Cool. I enjoyed him, and again, I haven't really thought about him since then. I think they could be interchangeable. I think they can move around, do a whole bunch of different stuff. They're just movies that I saw, enjoyed in the theater, but have no desire to go back and watch again necessarily. And Black Panther, of course, not having seen a second time. Doctor Strange having seen a second time and finding it myself being the first time in a long time in an MCU movie where I was like, how much more is left? And what's going on with my phone? And okay. Number 16, Avengers Age of Ultron. I don't hate it. None of these movies are bad, I don't think. But it's just like, whatever. Ultron's doing his thing. That's cool. James Spader, really cool. But whatever. Sokovia is a weird thing. But again, getting to that point, having watched it all and watched what comes after it, it was, all right, this is fun. I like seeing the team work together. And then, number 17, The Incredible Hulk, which I didn't expect to like as much as I did like it. Number 18, Thor, which was just where it was. And number 19, Thor: The Dark World, which is just where it was.
What a fucking crime.
Cool, Greg.
That makes no sense.
Iron Man 3 above
Here we go,
Black
everybody.
Panther.
This is Nick's superior MCU ranking list. At
You
number
put
one,
superior in the title.
I did. Yeah, I put that. Unlike you, who chose to be negative.
I gotta say,
didn't-
on
that was-
first glance,
Wait, whoa.
Don't
I'm sorry.
hate it.
You said that mine was negative?
Iron Man's
Yeah.
way too
How was
high.
mine negative?
because I
Way
believe there was
too
green
high.
text on it that said Nick sucks.
Cool, Greg, can you go back to my list real quick?
Hit previous.
Oh, you can't.
P.
Hit
P.
Mm-hmm.
Or that works too. Perfect. Oh, the green Nick sucks. No, that's clearly tagging. Is Nick? As Cool Greg
is that
would call
from
it.
Cool Greg?
I don't know if Cool Greg did it, but that's clearly spray paint and tag.
tagged in
Did
real
you do
time.
a tag on?
I don't
on
even know
that
how to make.
Photoshop?
How do you make text go that? That's impossible.
It's crazy.
Wait,
yeah.
can we,
That's
go back
impossible.
can we go back to Kevin's list for a second?
Why?
How come Kevin's list like runs off the side of the screen? Oh, it's just because Captain America over there. Okay, never mind. Go back.
Yeah, I'm not super good at resizing
It
everything.
doesn't matter. It doesn't.
And
matter.
here's Nick's superior.
Number
list.
one with a bullet, Avengers: Infinity War. I could not see moving that from number one. It was such a beautiful achievement, and I think it had so many great moments, and I really think it was the culmination of everything that they've accomplished up until this point. Spider-Man: Homecoming stayed at number 2 on my list because I really do. I think back to that movie. I think back at how great it was to watch it again, and really, it shows you what you can do with a smaller story. And let's be honest, there's really nothing more Marvel than Spidey, and having him back in the family means a lot. Captain America: Civil War stayed at number 3. I thought about moving that, and then I was like, I thought back to what my wife thought about it, where she was like, this is a really compelling story that's character driven, and you don't see that too many other places in the MCU. So I put that high on the list. Thor Ragnarok simply for his abs. Number 5.
What?
No, Thor Ragnarok I thought was a great,
Okay.
just a really fun, great accomplishment, and it's the movie that I continually want to keep going back to. A little less than, I would say, Iron Man, which Iron Man I put at number 5 because I thought it needed to be in the top 5. I want to watch that movie again today.
I'm proud of you, Nick. I'm proud of you.
I want to see it again today. I love Iron Man. It just holds a special place in my heart for
Iron Man.
It was The first time sitting in theaters watching that movie where you think this is starting something amazing, and they really did, and they followed through with it. Also, just so many great moments. No ending, but we can forgive that. I put Avengers at number 6 again. A little less because of quality and more because of the legacy of it. This really did mark the turning point for the entire series. It was a culmination of all the movies that came before that in the phase 1, and I thought it had some amazing things. Some of the movies that came after it in my list, I could argue are better well-rounded movies, but you have to remember this came out first, and that counts.
Why
for
does
something.
that? Why? Why does it count?
It's because there's different technology, A, and B, the fact that they were able to build on that, and they were able to build on those
would you say
relationships.
that any of these movies are better looking than Avengers? Because I feel like Avengers wasn't
Guardians
bad
of the Galaxy
looking.
2 is, and Avengers Infinity War is pretty amazing.
Yeah, but I just feel like
I feel like for that one moment where they all finally come together, it was such an
that was a
amazing
magical
accomplishment.
fucking moment.
And I thought that was
There's
beautiful.
so many magical moments in that movie.
Yeah.
Whether it's the forest fight with Iron Man versus Thor with Captain America, that whole
and to be
scene,
honest,
the circle
I'm
shot
I'm a sucker for an origin story, and that's the origin story of them all coming
of them
together.
all. It's
And to
fucking
me,
special.
that's special. And again, it's interesting because I'm going back. I put this list together a little bit more based on nostalgia and less on quality. So if I were going back and really if I were talking to me every week, I don't think this list would have been. If I was doing my own, in other words, as we went week after week, I don't think that's what this list would look like. But now looking back on it, I give Iron Man and Avengers a few more points in the scale. 7, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Is that because I spent the entire weekend listening to the soundtrack? Yes, but more so than that, I started getting sad again listening to some of those songs in the soundtrack because I remembered how fucking poignant Yondu's death was, and how I started tearing up actually listening to the song that was playing. I think it was a George Harrison song when he was like, they came back, like Tim Gunn's brothers, they came back, and he starts screaming, and I'm like, that had so much heart to it that it has to rank in the top 10. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Guardians of the Galaxy ranked right below that because I thought they took it in a nice different direction, and I love the dynamics of that. But again, I think they polished it up with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Winter Soldier ranks number 9. Like that movie, I just thought it was a little too high when you guys ranked it when I was fighting death. I thought you guys took advantage of that situation where I was in my weekend state. I was in my weekend state.
You just got
and you guys
you got outvoted.
You guys just you kind of did me
There's a
wrong
process.
there. You did me-
Like,
if this
your
were,
voice was
let's put it this
heard.
way: if this were a prison yard, someone would deserve to get shanked for that because you fucking did me wrong.
God, that metal
You
has
did me
really
wrong.
gotten to his head.
It really has. And rounding out top 10, Black Panther, I kept that on there largely because of Michael B. Jordan. I loved his
So
character.
good.
I thought that represented something very unique in the franchise, and it was cool to flesh it. Again, they made me care about a character that I thought I wasn't going to care about, which was Black Panther. And I was like, whatever. Doctor Strange, I'm in disagree with you a little bit on that. Greg, and that I watched that movie again thinking I was going to be bored out of my mind, and I was like, damn it, I am fascinated by this world. I love the visual styling of it, and I love the musical tones they use for it. The harpsichord music really stands out with me, and I just thought, how am I going to care about this character? And again, it's just like Iron Man the first time they made me care about it. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, number 12. Love it. The Rudsters. Rounding out 13,
Rudd's
Iron
Pud.
Man 2. And then I actually put Avengers Age of Ultron in between Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3. So that's at 14, and then Iron Man 3 is at 15. I think back to Iron Man 3. I don't know. I mean, those 3 movies are interchangeable to me right there in that area. And then I put Captain America, the First Avenger, really far down on the list at 16, simply because the ending makes no sense. 17 is The Incredible Hulk. 18 and 19 are Thor and Thor: The Dark World, respectively.
There you go.
Not a terrible list.
No, dude. It's
Yeah.
a good. I feel like we all have good
no,
lists.
here's
Well,
the
it's
thing.
because
I
all
feel
the
like-
movies are great.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It's not like we're looking at like this one
Greg.
objectively was awful.
Can
But-
you show me Greg's again?
Okay, it still says
One
Nick
more
sucks.
time,
Did
go
we
But
back.
I
clean that
can't
up?
help that.
Let me see mine again. Let me see Tim's.
They're not up though.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
A lot of us moved to the Incredible Hulk, Thor, and Dark World. I say that that's enough for that's 3 votes right there. We reorganize it. We put the Incredible Hulk as number 17.
That's not how it works.
It's already done. It's
Not
been
how
locked.
things
It's been
work.
sent. We already
Damn
sent
it.
it.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the awards ceremony of the MCU. I want to start it off with something.
Andy, what are you wearing?
It's a Marvel
It's a
shirt with
Marvel shirt
Ant-Man.
from Uniqlo.
Oh, I do. Like
Where did
it.
he
It's a
get
dope ass
some-
shirt,
where'd that
dude.
be
It's a
sticky
dope
from?
ass shirt.
What's up?
That part of the stick is always sticky.
Only
He's
once it
laying
starts melting.
stickiness.
It's a new stick.
He's out in the sun.
It hasn't melted yet. No, he's in an orange pool.
If you're a listener at home and an audio listener, Andy's got a shirt that has a penis on it, and on it is Ant-Man.
Now for these
Got a big
awards,
fat cow
there's a
tongue.
couple categories
Jerking
that
it
we
off.
have talked about, such as best villain. I say we wipe the Ragu list from your minds for this episode. We'll come
Are you
back
trying
later.
to insult the podcast within a podcast?
It's not even an insult. It is just pure, just shitting on it, diarrhea style. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's exactly
Number
what an insult
one,
is.
best villain.
Thanos, right?
Thanos,
100%.
yeah.
Why
Yeah.
Thanos? Why not Thanos?
Because everybody says Thanos.
Thanos. There's an entire movie for 3 hours where they say
say
Thanos
Thanos.
over and over again.
Ugh.
I feel like if they make a movie out of it, it confirms that that's.
I'm just saying we were all saying Thanos
Kind of
right
like
now.
symbiote
No.
or whatever it is now.
That's not, guys.
Symbiote.
Symbiote.
All of us said
Yeah,
Thanos.
Thanos is the number one villain. He's the only one that, not the only one, I guess, but I've never felt for a villain more in a Marvel movie. I've never understood their motivations more in a non-comic booky bad guy way, right? Like, I really do think, like, when you watch this, you're like, fuck. And, like, when he cries and he throws Gamora, you're like, fuck, you really feel, and, like, it is him being like, somebody has to have the conviction to do this, and I will do this. And it's, he's a crazy person or whatever, and he does bad things, but
I'm voting for the one guy in Iron Man 3 who's like, ah, and he gets burned against the wall. That's
That
my vote.
sucked.
Yeah.
Good vote.
And then number 2,
Bacon guy.
Didn't know where you were gonna go with that, did you?
number
Now
2.
you just think
Bacon
about that
guy,
bird
another
voice.
guy I sympathize with, right?
Yeah.
But is
Bacon guy's great.
very
The thing is-
fantastical plan. I'm saying is the other guy's collecting weird gems and moving across the universe.
Yeah, and the thing that I want to give Thanos even more credit for is using the stones in ways that are interesting and not just like, oh, I have a powerful fucking glove that I can
Yeah,
punch people with. Like using the space stone, the reality
fight
stone
with,
to
yeah.
do the different things that or time stone to
When
do
he
what
comes
they're
in
used for.
and rewinds time with Vision, that was a
Tight.
fucking
Tight.
crazy.
So that's why I
moment.
think he succeeds not only as a fleshed out villain with motivations, but also his actions really cool. So yeah, okay.
And also Josh Brolin just killed it.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
performance.
nailed it.
He looks
Nailed it.
he looks great too from a CGI level, and he accomplishes his task and then just goes to be a
He's
farmer.
the best looking CGI I've ever seen. When he is walking,
I'm still with the
Steppenwolf,
dude
decent.
from Pirates 2.
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones, man.
That's some
Looks
crazy
fucking
shit,
good.
man.
Was he the one
ILM
with the
again.
Particles, the tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just the scenes where he's walking at the very, very, very end when he's walking up towards
Yeah.
Vision, and underneath you see him walking underneath trees with like sunlight
shade.
kind of pouring through, and it's kind of just rolling down his face. God damn, it's so impressive, man.
Do you think?
But did you
that,
see the tentacles from?
Looks good.
Here's a question I had for you guys that I just thought of. Do you think that the Dinks character could cut his hands off and then make mechanical hands because he's kind of an engineer?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
quite handy.
Yeah.
Cutest couple.
Give Tim a hand for that.
Cutest cup.
Thank you.
The ones
That
that
was good.
Dinklage
Give
cut
Nick a
off.
hand for that. Cutest couple.
One. Oh, dude, you got to go with Tony and Pepper.
That's the thing, is I
Gotta
feel
go
like
Tony
that's the
Pepper.
easy gut answer because
Come
it's like
on,
we've
son.
seen so much of them, but I do feel it's
I really
kind
like-
of been drawn out.
Really drawn out. And for one movie, they were just inexplicably broken up. Where I was just like, where did that come from?
It was
And then
explained.
there's rings. and
Was
shit
it
involved.
explained?
She wanted him to leave it all behind, man, and he didn't. He couldn't. And
I'm
the-
good.
Why?
the
So she
Sokovia
just
Accords were going to be
accepted it?
the Sokovia Accords were going to be a step
I am
back.
Voting for
I
Cap
really-
and Ashley Johnson.
Bucky.
Cap
The
and
cutest
Bucky.
couple. That's not cutest couple. That's the would make a cute couple.
Sure. Yeah.
They
Ship it,
deserved
I
their
ship
shot.
it.
You know what I mean? They never
So
got it. It was
Quill and
stripped from
Gamora?
us.
That's who I was gonna vote for. Quill
Oh,
and
they did a
Gamora.
good
I
job.
think like
Yeah,
they were a great couple. And
And
wanted
I know
them-
that not technically, but whatever. They're a couple, really, just in Infinity War, right?
Well,
That's
yeah,
the first time. But they had the will, they won't they, and I
Yeah.
think all
Yeah.
that counts.
I definitely think.
I
Can you
vote-
imagine it was after Volume 2 that they start being a couple, and they've been a couple for a couple years, right?
Correct.
To Infinity War. So
Yeah.
I'd vote them.
I would also vote.
What
them.
about Hulk and
Scarlet Witch?
No, I never felt
Everybody
that.
said that was forced.
no, not Scarlet Witch.
Oh wait. Oh, and
and
Betty
Black
Ross.
Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow.
That's what I meant.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all, it never
That's
feels
bad.
right.
That should've been
I
Captain's
liked
and-
it, but no one else thought it was real.
I like it. It's just they didn't really go anywhere.
It seemed forced and
And they were,
awkward.
did they ever get off the ground of being a couple?
No, I don't think so.
Ultron is very much them tiptoeing around it, admitting it, and then him running away.
Yeah.
I'm
jerking
into
off that
Peter
Hulk
and
dick.
Liz, but they're not on the same level.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I
Peter
like
and
Gamora.
Liz. Peter and Liz was
Thank you.
lame.
Peter and Gamora. Quill and Gamora.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll vote for that.
Yeah, I'm down for
The
that.
motion carries.
Best bromance.
Cap Bucky.
See, there's Cap Bucky.
I'll go
there's-
Falcon Bucky.
There's the Science Bros. There's
Wait,
Falcon
who's the Science
Bucky,
Bros?
Hulk and Stark,
Ooh, that was a good one.
and that's been
feel
built
like,
up in
yeah,
a lot of
for a
different
long
What are
movies.
you talking about? Fucking Thor and Hulk, man.
Dude, Thor and
Thor
Hulk's
Hulk
really
is the
good.
best
good.
romance. Come on,
Thor
bro.
Hulk's yeah.
Thor
Come
and Hulk
on,
is
bro.
really good.
Or
Hulk like fire.
Meek and
Thor also
Korg.
like fire.
Meek and Korg is pretty good.
Ooh,
Raging
Meek and
Fire.
Korg. I think Meek and Korg
and Korg
hands
is
down.
pretty good.
Hands down, Meek and Korg
That's
get
true.
it for sure.
I gotta go Thor and Hulk.
Thor and Hulk.
Over
are-
Meek and
Ragnarok. It's a buddy cop movie. I mean, it's like a buddy movie.
I think I gotta go with some combination of Bucky, Falcon, Cap. Like the three of them
if you can
together.
do that, then sure, that's a no-brainer.
You can't do that.
But like, no, I feel like there was too much hostility that way.
Romance is too.
Dude, bromance triangle.
No,
That was a
polygamy.
That never works.
Best love triangle. Is that?
That was
I'm
the
going
best
Hulk
love
and
triangle.
Thor. Hulk and Thor for best bromance. They've got my vote.
They got my vote too.
It's like the funniest fucking like movie of Rush Hour we've gotten.
fire. Well, Thor like fire. Thor like a raging fire. Thor like
No, he's just pissed off at him. It's so good, man.
Yeah, that
love
was
that
really
Yeah, I
good.
won't stand in the way of it.
I won't stand in the way of it either.
Okay.
I don't think there's like another one I want to fight for. So there you go.
People I'd like to see fuck Captain America and Bucky.
I would also like to see Thor and Hulk
I
fuck.
don't know about that.
I would
That's
let them
just
fuck
very low
because,
on
like,
my
I think
list.
they really want to.
There's a lot of people I'd watch fuck. Bucky, don't really.
I just want to be. I just want to
Bucky
be
don't
happy.
want to fuck me.
I just want to be. Just, yeah, there was a great tweet this weekend that was making its rounds or whatever, going through all the motivations of Captain America about Bucky, and then it was just at the end, straight people watching the movie, I don't know, just a totally normal bromance. What are you talking about? This is totally normal. Just two
That's
dudes.
hilarious.
Just two dudes being two dudes.
Best supporting cast. Now here's the thing. I want to throw out a couple options for you. Thor Ragnarok, obviously we got Korg, Meek, and them. Black Panther had a great cast with the whole. I don't know. How to
Wait, are we
box
so we're throwing out the
Mbaku,
entire
Okoye.
cast surrounding them?
Yes.
yeah, like the supporting cast.
Then it's
that-
got to be Thor Ragnarok. Goldblum,
Absolutely.
God.
Yeah, so
Valkyrie,
that's the thing.
Korg, Meek.
Yeah.
A lot of
Black,
ones there.
Panther,
I like-
Shuri's awesome. All the Danae Minaj or whatever they're called.
Oh, the Dora
Minaj.
Majili or
And like all
Oh,
the
yes,
different
I
tribes and stuff. In my opinion, I think it goes Thor Ragnarok and then
All right.
Black Panther.
As long as Thor Ragnarok's first, I'm fine with that.
I'm not gonna stop
so
you.
supporting cast that aren't main villains.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Guardians
we
is
can
out because
include
none of them are
villains.
supporting cast. They're all leads.
Yeah, they're all
right?
leads.
Yeah, so you can't do Guardians.
Hmm.
I gotta
Spider-Man's
go
got a
Thor.
strong supporting cast.
does.
I'm not gonna say.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does.
But
think maybe
I would
Thor.
put that third after Black Panther.
I would also
Yeah,
go
me
back
too.
to the best relationship and argue for Tony and the burgeoning relationship with Aunt May because I want to see that happen.
We haven't got there yet.
It's not gonna happen.
So bad.
Not gonna happen.
so bad.
Never.
It may happen.
No.
Best fight scene.
That's a tricky one.
It is
Thor
tricky.
Ragnarok again, dude. Like that fight scene between Hulk and Thor
That was
is
pretty amazing.
dope as fuck.
That's probably the coolest fight scene. in the
But like
year.
any fight scene, during
I'd say
Thanos?
the final fight scene in Thor Ragnarok
Is definitely
with Led Zeppelin pumping.
I think that was I think that was the
music,
best
yeah.
moment. I think that's probably arguably the best like hype
Later
moment
we get
in
to
the
something
MCU.
that's the most MCU moment.
Yeah, so that would rank that way on my list. But fight scene, like him versus like him, the Hulk coming out and fucking just ripping through the door and
Yeah.
then just fight for like 20 minutes in the arena.
I'd say even
amazing.
even fucking Thor
Well,
Dark
even-
World had a really cool fight scene when he's fighting the giants.
giant?
Yeah,
That is
like just
cool. Yeah.
fucking
That was
Mjolnir
pretty
flying
dope.
around
But I
everywhere.
still
and
feel,
shit.
I feel
think
like
that
the
we still-
final scene in Ragnarok of on the bridge for how long that lasts, the choreography, the way that like everybody's fight styles are introduced and utilized.
Yeah,
like
I
with
mean, because you're including the Hulk
doing
in
the
there,
fucking
right?
suplex and all
so
that.
it's Hulk, it's Valkyrie, it's the guy with Des and Troy, and then
Yeah.
it's Loki. It's like
But see,
But
I
then
feel like that
Avengers-
didn't come together as good as the Avengers fight scene. Like
See, I
that
think it
moment was
did.
so good where they're like he's flying through the city and the Hulk like smashes the thing.
Everybody,
Fucking
like the
That was a
whole
cool
Avengers
moment. I
fight
just-
scene, like that's so not just the circle shot, not just the
Everything in
punch.
New
York, the
Like,
fly-through
literally
scene.
the New York scene, yeah, the fly through, all
That's
of that.
awesome.
But in addition to the fly through, just the scenes of like the slow mo, the shield coming back and the hammer coming back and them grabbing it and like fucking
him using the
It's so
shield
good.
to
Yeah, I
reflect.
gotta give I
Yeah.
gotta give it to that
Fucking
because they have that amazing moment where like Thor like Hulk slams the thing into the
Yeah.
Chitauri like
Right.
ship
Hammer.
and then Thor hammers it in.
But
And
is that a
hands it in
fight scene
cold.
or is that an MCU moment?
that scene. That's
I
I
think
think that's
an
an
MCU
MCU
moment,
moment.
I
Yeah.
feel like both of those
I-
are in both categories.
As far as fight scene, I want to.
Winter Soldier has some awesome fight scenes.
I want to give shout outs to Black Widow because like there's a lot of really good Black Widow fight scenes. I feel like in Avengers when she's like held captive in
Oh,
the
the
very
interrogation
beginning,
scene.
That was really
and she
cool.
beats the fuck out of everyone was really cool. And then again in Iron Man 2 when she's like breaking
The hallway
into the
scene?
yeah, that's another incredible scene.
I'm gonna argue for the Avengers that New York scene though because it was really the first time I'd ever seen them do an ensemble cast of doing stuff that I felt like all of it mattered and all of it was related and they all were actually working as a team with the exception of Hawkeye.
What?
So like
He was shooting
working
down
as a team.
people.
He was shooting down.
He shot a guy. No look. He fucking Kobe Bryant passed it,
nobody
dude.
fucking cares about Hawkeye. Stop trying to fucking make people. Even
Damn.
Jeremy Renner doesn't care about Hawkeye.
What about in Infinity War when they're all the people on Titan are taking down Thanos? Because I thought that was
That was
another
cool.
incredible
Spider-Man
scene.
jump through
Yup.
the magic.
And
That was
then
tight.
not only him jumping through the portals, him being like magic punch. I don't remember he was yelling, but he was yelling
Yeah.
something.
He's like magic,
more
magic kick.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's that GIF I saw that people have on Twitter with Peter Quill
Jumping
where he
through
jumps
that.
back and flips him off
Yep.
into the strange
So
portal. It's
good.
fucking
After
rad.
throwing a grenade.
Oh my god,
So
we haven't even
good.
talked about the airport scene.
Oh yeah, that's the
Oh.
best scene by far.
Is it though?
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing, but was it the best?
I don't think it's the best.
Fight?
fight scene.
Spider-Man, he's like, you haven't done this so much before. There's usually not as much talking, but that was so good.
And the giant man reveal.
Oh,
Yeah.
The giant man
Fucking
reveal was
Ant-Man
dope as
on
fuck.
the Hawkeye arrow. There's so much in there. I
Ooh,
might
you're right.
vote for that one.
I might vote for
Yeah,
that one.
actually, the more you say stuff, the more
Because
that,
the
like,
Again, is
Ragnarok
that the
thing to me
MCU?
is like, that's an MCU moment.
Sure.
I don't
it's
think that was an
fucking rad.
MCU moment. I think that was a good ass fight.
that was a great fight.
That's a straight up fight scene.
Yeah.
It's a brawl.
Street brawl.
A brawl holla, bro.
Thanks, Nick.
Tight.
All right.
Stop. What are you doing?
So what's your winner?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Do we vote?
Oh, we don't need to. Actually, it's fine. Fuck
It's
it.
an award show.
Yeah.
God damn it!
You're right. You're right. Let's vote for it. I vote for Civil War airport battle.
I second that vote.
You're crazy. That's
There
a
we go.
That's a
Done.
Marvel moment.
No
'cause
one
it's
else's
all about the
opinion, man.
Marvel characters interacting.
Yeah.
It's all about the fight.
It's reality.
It's really great. Really great part of the fight when he makes a joke.
He got
Great
you,
call.
man. He got you.
I don't listen to
They
him.
make jokes in all the fights.
Again, your phone.
He was-
Reality. Answer.
He's
Best
saying
comedy.
reality. Let's go.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok, hands down.
Taika
What would you,
Waititi.
so since that's so
Fucking nailed
obvious,
it.
what do you think's number two? Because I
Guardians.
say
Guardians
Infinity
2.
War.
No
I think
way.
Infinity
Infinity
War?
War. I
It
think
didn't have
there's
enough.
more jokes than any other movies, and they hit.
Guardians
Yeah, I would
2.
say so.
Guardians 2, dude.
I would give it to Infinity War.
Me
The
too.
fucking part where he's like, "How long have you been standing there for?" He's like, 1 hour. It fucking killed me. I thought
really funny.
Dave Bautista alone in Infinity War nailed every single one of his lines. I call him.
I
Dave.
feel the same way
He's
for.
like-
Yeah, I feel the same way for Guardians too, though. I just thought
Yeah,
he was.
totally.
I just felt like there's
unbelievable.
a
And
lot of
there's
stuff in
more.
Guardians where I was like, there was so much more comedy, but there were like 20% of it was like, it didn't work. It didn't
Yeah,
work.
I agree.
Whereas I felt like maybe a higher percentage more worked in
Super
Infinity War.
disagree with that.
So here we go. These next three, we got best origin movie, best team up movie, and best sequel.
Damn, best origin. So we're starting with best origin?
I mean, those three, I feel like we can kind of talk together.
best origin.
Well, how
movie.
many of them are actually origins? Because like Black Panther
Captain
isn't
America
really an
is.
origin.
Black
Like, we-
Panther's not an
I think
origin.
the best origin movie, in my opinion, I think this is going to be very controversial, is Doctor Strange. I feel like they had the formula and they nailed it, dude.
I
From
think
the
I can agree
beginning.
with that.
Yeah,
I still got to give Iron Man a little nudge though.
yeah, of course you do.
It's just more fun.
But it's not complete as a
Yeah.
movie.
I know.
That
but
third
it's,
act
it's the
fucking
best
sucked.
origin though, man. He's the best character in the MCU. That's his
true.
origin.
Dude, the third act in Doctor Strange though, like makes sense and like closes the story,
But
and he
Iron Man
beats
2
he
is-
beats him not just with like strength, but like with his mind.
Wait, you know
But
what?
Iron
I
Man's
will-
so good it didn't even need a third act.
You know what? I am going.
Well, movies
I am
work.
going to go Iron Man over Doctor Strange.
Y'all fucking crazy.
Yes.
Not because I think
Vindicated.
Doctor Strange is a better movie than
Oh,
Iron
it is.
Man.
Yeah.
But
So more-
yeah, I think if we're
rounded.
just talking about the character starting from where he was, I mean, I don't know. I guess
I feel like they're
Now I'm
exactly
confused.
the same.
Tony
Like
Stark was
Iron
like a-
Man
yeah, that's
and
true.
Doctor Strange, like they both are characters that start out being like total dickheads. The only difference is that Doctor Strange at the end is still kind of a dickhead, and Iron Man like has progressed a little bit as a person.
Some of you
Not
were
a ton.
saying, Iron Man.
All right, well,
some of
that's
you were
done.
saying,
It's
some
Iron
of you
Man.
were saying earlier, Nick, is that Avengers as an origin movie. And my thing is, if that counts, I think it's Avengers because I do feel like as a group, it is their origin and they bring it together. And I feel like the way that it introduces the characters one by one is so good. And like where they start, seeing them kind of group together, crumble, come back again for the end. I'd give it to that. But I'm gonna count that as a team up. So
Okay.
Yeah, if we're counting these movies as a whole, then I'd say Doctor Strange. But if we're just talking about the characters,
We're counting as a
how they
whole,
started off,
it's best origin movie.
So as a whole,
We already got
I'm Iron
outvoted.
Man.
Iron Man.
we already
I'm
got the
Iron
votes.
Iron
Well,
Man.
I mean that's
There
two
it is.
votes for Iron Man. Would you vote for Iron
Doctor
Man?
Strange.
All right, you're the deciding vote. You son of a bitch.
well, there it is. I'm Iron Man.
Yeah.
That's
Justice
Liberal,
wins.
Best team up movie.
Even though I like Doctor Strange more.
Infinity War. by far.
Yeah.
See,
Everyone teams up all the time with everyone.
But
It's
my-
amazing.
And it's the payoff to all you want to see. All
I
these different
agree,
people.
but my thing is, I feel like there's
Civil War.
other movies that have team up moments overall that are more rewarding. Whereas Infinity War, it's my number one in almost every category. But what's up?
Spidey and Iron Man team up to
Yeah.
take on Thanos with the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's right, dude.
Groot, Rocket,
cool.
and Thor.
It's cool, but it's like the Ragnarok scene's better. You know, the Avengers fight
I
scene's
don't think
better
so.
than anything.
So
in
you're
this
talking about the
movie.
best team up moment or the best?
No, but I'm
hey,
talking about like as a movie when you start putting everything together.
Dude, Infinity War is fucking
Infinity War.
dope.
I don't know. I mean, the fact that they lose and stuff. I'm like,
It's great though.
Yeah. That's what we need
I don't
right
You can
now.
always win, man.
By the time
Hey
this
man,
was
Listen to
Civil
me.
War had the moment with Paul Rudd coming out of the van.
That was cool.
And just like not really knowing how to
honestly,
talk
I
to
would
Chris
put,
Evans.
I would put Civil War as my number 2 in the best team up, which fucking blows my mind to say.
Bucky and Falcon lying there. I hate you.
yeah.
That's a good moment.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Is there more than 3 people that vote Infinity War?
Is this
Yeah, I
yours,
was
Captain
thinking,
America?
Right here.
I believe this
Infinity
belongs
War.
to you, Captain America.
Best sequel?
yes, Arrow Man.
Best sequel.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Right?
Yeah,
We all
definitely.
is it
Oh,
the-
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's a sequel.
No, I don't count that.
Yes, that's a sequel.
He's
fine.
right. Ragnarok is a sequel.
That's a treacle.
Yeah, but I
a
mean,
fucking treacle, dude.
it's in the same vein where it's like you meant it as like the best, and like the fact that
See, I would still
19
count.
and 18 for most people is Thor, and then fucking top 3.
I would still count Thor as a team up movie more than a sequel,
I'll give it to Guardians 2, and here's why. Because Guardians 2 had to outdo Guardians.
and it did.
And it did.
Thor had the Dark World. That was the best we had.
But I mean, I think that actually is
Wait,
part,
the Dark-
again part of the reason I don't think Thor Ragnarok's a sequel. It's because it's so distant from its. Those movies didn't work. Let's go in a completely different direction and do. I mean, yeah, there's the same characters in it, but I mean, it's not a sequel in terms of
Do you
like
think it's too far from a
tone
departure?
and context and story, right? It's like, no, fuck, let's get as far away from that as we can. Whereas Guardians was like, everybody fucking loved it. Try to give us more,
Yeah.
and they gave us exactly what we wanted more of.
Was Thor a revamp then of the like?
I honestly think
forward.
it falls into a new category, which is just team up movies that aren't the entire group, but it's like we're gonna see a lot more of them. Like I wouldn't be surprised if in Phase 4 we see a lot of movies that are called like blank
Ant-Man,
and
Spidey.
blank.
Yeah.
You know.
That'd
Well,
be really
I think
fucking
just
cool.
I think just because like
Vision in the hole in his
Hulk
head.
was in Ragnarok, that doesn't. I don't know, and it's like Iron Man was in Homecoming a lot, you know.
Yeah, he was.
and that's the
But I
same
don't
type.
consider that a team up movie. I still
Well, they didn't team up.
Well,
right?
yeah, that's the thing is I feel like there's
They ganged up.
I still think with Thor Ragnarok, even the Hulk was in there. It was all about like going back to Asgard, and I think the Asgard element kind of just makes it another sequel. But
I
if
feel
we're just
like
gonna
Tony
argue
Stark-
semantics,
Tony
are,
Stark in Homecoming was more of a glorified cameo, whereas Hulk I feel like was a main character
Yeah,
in the
sure.
movie.
glorified cameo.
Yeah.
Sounds so douchey.
well, if we're gonna say Ragnarok's not a sequel, then yeah, Guardians 2. But I mean,
there
it's
you go.
still a sequel.
Well, there you go.
It is.
Best trilogy. So from
Ooh.
this we now have Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, or Captain America.
Oof.
Captain
Five.
America.
I mean, Avengers.
Are you serious?
See,
Ah man,
Because
I'd say
both of them
Avengers.
sucks, but one
Sorry.
and
1 and 3 is awesome in Avengers.
wait, can we go back to the original list?
Yeah,
To see where we all
Cool,
ranked
Greg.
everything?
just hit previous P.
I forgot that we were counting Avengers. My bad.
because Captain America, the first one's kind of a dud, but it doesn't. I feel like
It's
2
not a
and 3
dud, though.
really
It's-
do follow up on what it built, and
I
in a
don't-
very rewarding way.
To be clear, I just don't think it's a dud. I
Like,
just
the-
think you
the
don't like it
question
as much
is-
as
Is
me.
Ultron bad enough to drag down the Avengers?
Yeah, that's the
trilogy?
question.
Yeah.
Is Ultron worse or better than First Avenger? Because I feel like it's better, and that's why I feel like I would give it just a little bit of a nudge.
If we're doing like, you know,
Here's here's something else I think I'd like to bring to the table on this argument.
I'm listening.
Is that I think my gut reaction was going to be Avengers, but now that I think about it, I want to vote Cap. And I would say this. Imagine a trilogy as it's a trilogy and it stands alone. What trilogy tells the best straight through storyline?
Well,
right? And I'm not trying to take away, but you figure you're looking at Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War. There's a lot of stuff in there that the other films are filling in, obviously, understandably so. Whereas Cap, I think, is more, I'm the Winter Soldier, or I'm sorry, I'm Captain America, the First Avenger. here's the Winter Soldier part that's still telling you the Bucky storyline from number 1, then into Civil War, which is still, hey, Bucky's storyline from number 1 and number 2 led us to this point. And granted, sure, there's characters in there like, who the fuck's Ant-Man if you haven't watched something else? But I think Avengers does... I guess it kind of does, though, doesn't it? You kind of wrap that thing around. Avengers, obviously, is the invasion of New York, which ties into why they have Ultron, which ties into...
Endgame of
Civil War gets
War.
weird, though. I feel like that's the problem. Is Civil War could have been an Avengers movie.
Civil War
I'd
was
say.
an Avengers
I,
movie.
mean, I feel like this is such
I
a
don't know why
cop out.
it's always weird why they chose to call it Captain America Civil War. It should have been Avengers Civil War.
Well, because I mean that's the thing is like it is Cap's story when you follow how it goes.
It's Cap
through.
and Iron Man story.
But my argument for best trilogy, and I know this is a bitch ass move, would be just the Russo brothers going from
Yeah.
Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
Civil War, and then Infinity War. Because like there is
That's
a
a great-
story.
I like that
fucking
a lot.
works.
I mean, those are like probably
And they're, like,
the 3
fucking
best,
best.
movies.
Wait, which ones?
No, they're not the 3.
All
No,
the
the Russo brothers
movies.
movies.
We haven't ranked them.
Winter
that
Soldier,
way.
Civil War, Infinity
You
War.
didn't rank them that way.
You know what I mean?
He's playing fast and loose with the rules because he can do whatever he wants. This
I think it
shit.
should be
Jesus Christ,
Captain
he's gone
America.
fucking mad
We
with
gave him
power.
too much power.
I vote
It's too
Captain
much power.
America.
I vote Captain America.
I vote Captain America.
That's
We're out.
crazy.
We're done.
That blows my mind.
Fuck it.
Give me the
Yeah,
shield.
same.
Cool, Greg.
Give me Mew Mew. Cool, Greg, bring me Mew Mew.
I'd like water with ice if you're getting
Say
stuff.
please.
Okay.
Please,
Please,
Cool, Greg.
Cool, Greg.
He just
Coming off of that, best director.
The Russo
I
the
think
Russo
Russo
brothers.
so
Yeah,
easy.
hands down.
Not even a goddamn question. Shout out to Joss Whedon for Avengers 1, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like he really captured magic there. Because that movie really could have failed.
I'll give another
Did-
shout out to John Favreau, who I was
Iron
like,
Man
John
started it
Favreau's
all.
doing an Iron Man movie? That's weird. The guy that did Elf and Swingers. And then he
Fuck,
did it. I was
Elf's
like,
so good.
God damn it. He put that thing together.
I want to
Against
see
all
what
odds, what
I
they
want to see
say,
what
Greg.
Taika Waititi does next.
Oh, me too.
I want to see what he brings
You
next.
don't think
to
it's lightning in a
Phase
bottle? You know
4.
what I mean? Like,
No.
Is he confirmed to be doing another?
yeah, I don't know, man.
Is he
That's
confirmed
scary.
doing another one in Phase
No.
1?
No, but
Not yet.
Greg, I've been talking to him.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. You're a member. Is he a member like you and members only?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's member 4.
Oh wow. Jeez,
Oh, what
he's
are
an
you?
OG.
3? Are you 3 member?
The 4.
Oh, you're 4 as well. You're both the same number? Yeah. Okay. Great.
So this is a category that me and Andy added before the show. It's best VFX.
Mew Mew.
best
Now,
VFX.
What we mean by this, because originally it was best tech, but it's kind of like not just the VFX, but it's like the overall coolness of like the Iron Man armors or the Wakanda
Dude,
vibranium.
Thor Dark World. Remember those fucking grenades that
Those
go...
were fucking tight.
I need
Those
Mew
were
Mew.
sick.
The hammer.
But it's like overall visual aesthetics to the movies.
I loved Black Panther's sand things
Very
to
cool
display
shit.
the world, and they're like
Are we ignoring
the holograms that they use for
grenades?
their faces are just like that weird black sand.
I don't feel like there
was
was
cool.
enough like I felt like that was
Consistency in what it
magic
could
sand
do.
that could do anything, you know? And in that like
I mean,
regard,
what's
I think
wrong
it
with
was
that? I think it's cool
No,
shit.
fuck that. That's not how shit works. Someone should have been explaining every step.
Dude,
you know? So it should be like,
vibranium.
vibranium. We can make it do these
I agree
random
with
things,
Kevin
yeah?
to an extent,
Too
where it's just
loose.
like vibranium can kind of just do anything.
It's
and
in
they just-
fabric. It's in water. It's
and
a
it's like,
force field. It's
okay, but what
this.
is it?
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like they never really. It was cool as hell.
Shout
But
out
like it's
to drop-
really hard to work with, but we made everything out of it.
Yeah,
It's super easy.
everything.
Like adamantium.
We can even shut
We're
it
not
off
talking about
with
most
force field.
believable tech. We're just talking about coolest shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
Best.
What I'm saying, it
Best.
being unreasonable made it less cool.
I'm gonna give my vote to Doctor Strange because I feel
I was
like
about to say
what they
call.
did with all the magic and creating that world and the visual styles and like little fizzy sparks and stuff.
That's magic, not tech. Okay? That's
not-
magic.
one and
say
the same.
anything I just
One and the
explained?
same.
I thought you said it was tech.
Yeah, but the VFX and aesthetic style of the whole, like, what makes the movie special, like what the visual looks and stuff.
I'd go maybe Guardians 2 or something. Just the whole overall
colors.
colors and
They fucking nail
yeah.
space.
Yep.
Ambiguous.
Yeah, I don't understand this
I don't
topic. I don't
understand
understand
what
this
you're
award.
Because you were talking
He's
about
he
it
always
when I
Tony
explained it.
Stark.
Tim, explain it one more time. They didn't get it.
Let's just give it to Tony Stark. Tony Stark gets it. That's tech. It's been ruled.
Wait, no way.
Worst-
The girl from
He's already
Wakanda-
started the
All
next
Worst
award.
CG moment in the
Oh,
MCU.
the fucking
Hulk. The
Hulk.
entire movie.
The Incredible Hulk?
I know. I was gonna say the worst.
Or
moment-
Mark Ruffalo.
the Mark Ruffalo in
Infinity
Hulkbuster in
War.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Stuck out like a sore
So
thumb.
bad.
And the
That
most
was very
poignant
bad.
point of any movie that they made. And I
just
was like,
fucking
God,
little
what?
head.
He was like looking the wrong direction. It was totally lit completely
that's
differently.
true. Sure,
it was
sure.
so bad.
Also,
Yeah.
when he like turned into the Hulk, that was awful.
Really?
Yeah, when he like flashed from
Oh yeah, in the suit.
in the suit, he went, "Urgh." It was like, God, what are you doing?
Didn't like it.
Why are you making a joke out of this?
I agree. Any other nominees?
Proxima
there was the
Midnight.
moment of
Stupid face.
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Thor
and
Ragnarok.
Spider-Man.
No, them standing
Oh,
at the edge
you're
of the
right.
cliff.
That's my fault.
Really?
That's my
Over
fuck-
the.
I hated that
Oh,
shit, dude.
yeah.
It was on the fucking field in Thor Ragnarok with Odin.
Odin.
It was just like so poorly green screen.
I'd say Ruffalo in the fucking
Hulkbuster.
Hulkbuster.
I think
gotta go with that.
Ruffalo in the Hulkbuster too.
It does look
because
bad
that
in that
looked
wide shot, I thought.
awful.
All right.
So
I
many
didn't
times.
mind. I didn't mind the Hulk thing. The more I talk about it, I think it was just like, how do you show that conversation between Hulk and Banner?
True.
That's how they did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be done in word bubbles, right? It would be done in a comic book as the floating Hulk head
Yeah,
around his
yeah.
head. You can't do that in a movie.
or green, maybe a green bubble.
I would have liked it more if his
You're making a
eyes
comic,
turned
let me know.
green. His eyes turned green. The veins popped out, and we just heard the voice. I think
Yeah,
that
instead
it
of
was
getting the whole fucking
so
big face.
gimmicky. Like, so what? He can just turn part of his body into the Hulk. So if he wants to Hulk punch something, he could turn his fist
What
Hulk.
part would you do, Nick?
His-
What part? What,
If
what
you
do you
could,
mean?
if you
No.
could change just any part of your body into the
Nick,
Hulk.
don't answer the question.
Yeah, I would. Well, I would change Andy's foot. I'd have him lay down on his back, take his shoe off, and I'll show him a cool move.
Now, speaking of body parts, Nick,
Here we go.
Yeah.
best abs.
Chris Hemsworth in Thor Ragnarok by far. By
Nah,
far.
dude, he's
In
crazy,
Ragnarok.
dude.
Yeah. When he took his fucking shirt off in that movie.
Oh, in that red room, the red and white room.
Juice. Because I think he was a little less big than he
What
was.
was that?
Juice, man. You know what I mean? Do the juice. Do the juice. He was a little bit more jacked.
Nah,
I think he had
Chris-
more body
Chris
mass
Pratt-
in Thor, but I think he was just way more cut up in Ragnarok. And he just has better abs than anyone else on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
They're just natural.
They're nice.
Fuck, I'd go Michael B. Jordan, Black Panther.
Ooh, shit, I forgot about him.
Solid
but his body
abs,
was
man.
Not as
insane.
cut. I think it was
Not as
I think it was
cut?
the prostheses that they
Oh.
put on him because he had all those like little like the beading on him. So I think it hurt the definition. Now Michael B. Jordan in Creed wins hands down for sure. He looked amazing, but that is not unfortunately that we know of at this point in the MCU. Could be.
I don't have a horse in this race, so
Why?
I'm down for that.
Cool.
Any arguments? No, I do have a horse in this race. Best biceps. I'm giving it to Chris Evans, man.
Yeah, I'll
that
give it to him.
fucking helicopter
The
scene.
helicopter scene's insane.
I'll give it to him.
It was too good. Because, yeah, we got it in Infinity War with Thor, and it was magical, and those things were big. Some fucking hammer.
Oh, Thanos has some really nice biceps.
He doesn't count. He's not a real
But
human
I
being.
think
who has
that
to use
for
steroids.
like scale, when Chris Evans stops a helicopter and crashes it, like I saw that and I looked at his arms and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
believe it.
When Thor was putting two metal things while a sun blasted him, I was like,
Too much going on.
This
it
doesn't
was
mean anything
the
to me.
fucking heart of a dying star, bro.
yeah, I mean, all right.
Stormbreaker.
Now, I'm a little, I don't know how to do this next one.
Sure.
Is it best or is it worst wig?
Oh, dude, Loki, hands down.
Loki, yeah.
Thor
Which is
it?
Ragnarok.
Is it best
Thor
or is it
Ragnarok,
worse?
worst
I
wig.
think it's worst wig.
Worst wig.
Yeah.
Jacob Batalon in,
Best.
in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Best wig.
That
No
would be
one
the best
had
wig.
any idea.
Did you know he was wearing a wig, Ned?
Ned?
Was he really?
Yeah.
Yes, there's pictures.
He had to like shave his head and put a wig on because I guess they didn't like his hair.
No, but
Wait, really?
also
I
like
thought he just didn't have any
also
hair.
in the photos of him with a shaved head, there are like, is he balding? I
don't
can't
know.
tell.
I couldn't tell.
Well, he's bald now.
Yeah.
But
right, but
bald
like with a
or
shaved head.
shaved?
But it
Shaved.
looks. But in the photos of him with his shaved head, it looks like there are patches where there is no hair whatsoever.
Hair grows at different
amongst-
rates, Andy.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
you don't know
Look
exactly.
at Portillo's butt.
Gee, that's been taking forever.
It's been a year, dude.
He got shaved
6
in
years.
He got shaved in
So
'98.
Ned has the best wig.
Yeah.
And
That's a convincing ass wig.
It's a
I
convincing
almost
ass
don't
wig.
believe this
I
story.
always seen him bald in the stuff Barb was doing with him for
Yeah.
the horror
Yep.
movie, but I
Bloodfest.
assumed he shaved his head
As did
after
I.
the fact.
As did
I
I.
didn't realize it was a wig at the time.
yeah.
I will also
So
And
you
then-
can back this up and confirm it because I trust you, Greg.
I'll look it up.
Look it up.
Well, I don't know that he was wearing a wig in.
should look it
Google
up.
Let's double check, make sure we're not wrong. But I will also stand by the fact that in parts of Ant-Man, Evangeline Lilly is wearing a terrible wig.
Stop.
It is a wig-spiracy. There's a wig-spiracy in Hollywood. It is wrought with conspiracists, and it has to stop.
But for
Conspiro
sure,
wig.
worst wig Loki in Thor Ragnarok, right?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Okay, it was awful.
Bad.
Actually,
the worst wig I've
any
ever
of
seen.
Loki's hair, with the exception
No,
of
it's in the first
Thor, he was, which I think was his real hair.
Thor and Avengers.
Avengers was got.
I think
bad.
it was-
It got bad.
Yeah?
It was getting bad.
I
They
don't
were like
think so.
extensions, and they're bad. I can
Man.
only see your eyes from here.
Yeah, yeah, I like that too. It's
a
gonna
nice
suck.
ninja.
Post-credit scene.
That's too
I got to
many
give it to
now.
Ragnarok, where he's like, "Hey, you can't overthrow a dictator without a dictator. Let's call it a tie." All right.
I hated that one. I
I thought you thought it was
legitimately
hilarious.
hated that one.
I'm sure.
funny, sure.
It's Iron Man.
Shout outs.
Which one was Iron Man?
Nick Fury coming out. The
You
first
think
one.
you're the first
Making the
person
Avengers?
to be
Come on.
I
man.
really liked Civil Wars. The final post-credit scene that was like the was it Civil Wars or Spider-Man? Actually, I might be thinking
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
when Cap comes out.
Yeah, where
you
Cap
wasted your
comes out
time.
and he's like, the importance of patience.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I'll also
Creative.
give a shout out. I'll give a shout out to the Euro scene.
Ah,
Avengers,
that
yeah.
is really,
Which
really
you
good.
could tell they were gonna not put that in there, and then they just did it last minute because they were like, "We should."
Well,
keep
they had
this
to
going.
cover. Remember, what's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
face
to
was
cover
covering
it.
his face. But actually, now that I think about it, in my opinion, the best is in Volume 2.
Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley. Because I
Come
feel
on,
like
where
that
you
gives us
going?
an answer,
You're my ride.
even
my
though it
thing is,
hasn't for
there's another
sure.
thing that is best Stan Lee cameo, and that's my answer.
Oh,
It's
okay.
him in Guardians too.
I think it can be both.
Undoubtedly,
I
yeah.
think it can be
No,
both.
Easter
So
egg. I want to go.
gorgeous.
I'm gonna go Avengers Shawarma.
Yeah, I'll go with
That
that.
was such a great throwback and such a cool moment too. We had been waiting for those Easter eggs forever to build up to that movie, and then to get there and have that be
That'd be this goofy
the
thing.
end. Awesome.
It was really gratifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you vote for final vote?
Shawarma.
I'll give it
vote
to Shawarma.
Man,
God damn.
over fucking the Avengers one
Yeah.
with Nick Fury coming
Right,
in.
yeah, you heard us.
Samuel
Nick
L.
Fury.
Jackson.
It was
Yeah.
a wonderful
The thing that
moment.
started
It was
it
the
all.
only moment in all of the MCU we got to see them in just normal chilling. No alter. No,
He's
you know, not
right,
doing
dude.
anything for the
He's
plot.
right.
Just
That's
hanging out.
true. You guys
And it
are
was based on
monsters.
such a
Okay.
throwaway line, right?
Yeah.
A bad line. Some would argue.
No, that was a great
God,
line.
You're such a weirdo,
I
man.
mean,
It wasn't a
Shawarma
bad
makes
line.
you-
What was
Very
it bad
line.
line? He wakes up and
So out of character.
breaking
Doesn't
tension.
make sense.
Yeah,
was
it's
kinda
it was
weird.
great. It was great.
Best Chris.
Chris Hemsworth.
I
Chris
gotta give
Evans.
Hemsworth.
Pratt,
Chris
dude.
Pratt.
What are you talking about?
fuck.
Pratt, guys.
Shit.
Chris Hemsworth.
Dude,
Pratt
no.
is such a beautiful breath of
Pratt.
fresh air.
It has to be Pratt.
I just think that Chris Hemsworth's performance in Ragnarok and Infinity War really is it's a story of a phoenix
Rags to
rising.
riches. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Just someone that you thought it was out and about, like, could never come back and take the championship again, but came back and beat Greg Miller and Nidhogg 2 and just took the championship
Yeah.
again. You know what I
He
mean?
did, I
that's
saw
that was a long
I
time ago.
remember
When are you
that.
gonna put it on the line
I don't know,
again?
whenever you guys want.
Hey, we gotta wait for the
But can't
commission to
happen
put it
now.
online. He can't.
Yeah,
do
I
it.
just-
Pratt.
Yeah, I give it to Pratt.
Yeah,
too.
Pratt.
Every one of his movies,
I'm
he's
Hemsworth.
amazing. in.
Yeah, you're
Also,
right.
remember Pratification, dude. He
Also
went
true.
from
He
a
fucking
chubby, tubby
Pratified.
loser to fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Remember when they sprayed him with that orange shit and we were like, holy shit.
shit.
That's what a man
I
looks like.
pictured those come.
Good lord.
Why?
Who's coming?
I'm with
Who's
you with,
coming?
It was to
Hemsworth
kill
though,
lives.
just because I feel like Hemsworth acting in the last two movies has been so good and showing his range of
Going
emotion.
back and forth. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
but
told
he
man
had two
Hemsworth
movies on
again.
there we didn't care about.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty bad.
Maybe
He's
even
batting
a
500.
couple other if you have if you put the
500?
Avengers in there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, Pratt's
he's
been pretty
two for
fucking
four.
amazing from
Every
the
Oh, he's
time.
batting 500. I thought
Yeah.
you said
And
he's
this-
But
bad
he's not
in
surprising to me.
500.
It's
No,
like
I
I
know.
know.
I was like,
Pratt's
what's
good.
500?
Like
All right, slow down. We're talking over each other and
Yeah.
nobody cares about your conversation.
Pratt's funny, and so it's like he's funny. Like he doesn't surprise you. Whereas Hemsworth, there's obvious growth, and I feel like he really found a character that's awesome.
I can't vote.
I thought we're
This is
just not
Sophie's
even
choice.
putting
But
Evans
no,
in.
but
This
Chris
is
Pratt for
Sophie's
sure.
I'd say
choice.
Pratt because even
Chris Pratt.
with Pratt's the Yondu scene, like the emotion showed there was
So good.
one of the best and the most tears shed. I can't talk. Tears.
Tough moment.
Cheers for
Cheers.
tears.
All right, there you go, Chris Pratt, best Chris.
There it is.
And now this one's courtesy
There
of
it is.
Andy. Best Ant, man or May?
Oh.
Oh, May.
Yeah.
Get off your high horse over there, fucking RGV. You gotta pay. You gotta pay respect where respect
just a question.
is due.
Wait, real
To
quick.
Aunt
What
May.
about Anthony?
I mean, sure, let's put
Anthony
on
was
the
great,
list.
dude.
He's number 3.
Apparently he's essentially
Hey, what
being
about
drumming.
what about
in the next
Ant?
one.
No, that's not Anthony.
What
Anthony
about
got shot.
RIP, dude?
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
the big one that got blown
Yeah.
up. Anthony too.
Anthony Russo.
No, that was just another one. That was a random
We'll
one.
see what they name
He's
it.
up there,
All
but
right.
he ain't Aunt May.
Every single one of these people would bow down to Aunt May.
Aunt
May's
If-
awesome.
If Marissa Tomei is in the running for any of these, she's gonna win.
And Aunt Man is awesome, but yeah, dude, Aunt May, let's
Yeah.
go, boys.
Shout out to that and the high-waisted jeans.
She was super funny.
They're so high.
They were just on point, man, on fleek.
I always
Fleek,
did
so-
feel. Okay, hold on. Let me just say this real quick. I always
On
did feel a little
trend.
bit awkward when
It's okay. It's
when they're
part of-
eating
it's part of your
larb.
physiology.
They're eating larb,
Yeah.
and she kind of does that weird flirtatious thing towards Tom Holland. It was made me creep
Does
out.
she?
She's just his aunt,
I
bro.
felt
It's not
it.
like she's
What
his
is she?
mom.
What
flirtatious thing did she do?
No, like
thing?
not to him, but she's like, I larb you, and she like bites her lip. Like, what was that all
Maybe
about?
you're just.
I
seeing
think-
what you wanna
I think
see.
you're
moved
seeing what
too
you
much
want to
into
see.
it, yeah.
I
He
saw it.
definitely
It was
doesn't see.
there.
Fuck fuck you guys. You're
Confirmed.
pedophile perverts, and I don't need to be part of the show anymore.
Get out of here, Greg. Let's go. That's right, Greg.
Let's go, Nick. Let's go.
Yeah, 'cause
no
he's
one puts down Ant-Man in our presence.
No, it was just a weird thing. No,
It's an ant trying to get through to her fucking shitty little teenager.
I
over there.
love you. And she like bites her lip all sexually and shit.
It wasn't sexual.
When
was
you're
sexy.
that amazing,
just
you
eating,
can't
dude.
control it.
Comments
It doesn't
let us
matter.
know.
This isn't helping our side of the argument.
Final thing. Most MCU moment.
The Avengers fly through
Wait,
scene.
we
in
never
part
did
one.
Stan Lee, did we? You said that's what you're going to vote for. Did we ever talk about
I
it?
thought we all
The
were like,
Stanley
yeah.
cameo.
No.
Do you have any other
The Watchers,
answer for
that
it?
was great.
I like Tony Stank better.
Really?
Tony Stank.
Yeah, that's a funny
Throwaway
cameo.
joke?
Really?
Yeah, it was really funny.
Tony Stank.
Was it that
Oh,
funny?
that's always. what
I
you
don't
call
think
from
that
now on.
we needed to come back to him with the Watchers.
Yeah,
I
me
loved
neither.
it, dude.
But
I thought it could have just ended there. Well, I
if
thought
I
that was
count the
good.
other thing as a post-credit scene.
Okay.
First thing is a Stan Lee cameo.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're playing fast and loose with the rules.
Read the definitions,
Turn your
dude.
jacket the right side. Right?
Can't do it. Can't even do it.
Nah, I like that jacket a lot.
It's reversible.
Is it? That's a cool jacket, dude. Whoa. No way.
pockets on the outside?
No way, dude.
Reverse it. I want to see it reversed.
There's no reverse.
not
There's no
reversible.
pocket on the outside.
Literally aligning on the inside.
Well played. Well played.
For most MCU moments, the like ones to throw out there for conversation, I feel like the Thor Ragnarok bridge scene,
Fucking great.
the
Civil War
New
fight.
York battle of Avengers 1, the Civil War airport battle, and the final fight scene in Avengers Age of Ultron when they're in the little circle thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like that doesn't get enough credit because
Well,
it's not bad. It's just not in the same echelon.
I feel
as
like
others.
the first fight in didn't Age of Ultron have a
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
the Age of
That was
Ultron.
something.
Jesus?
the
I
side
thought Nick was
shot, the
dying
slow
for
mo
a
thing.
second.
There is this sort of thing
in
that
Russia.
like the Ultron fight really does feel like when your favorite band or musical artist tries to recreate the hit that they had the year prior.
Yeah.
And it's like it's still cool, but you're like, it feels like you're just trying to one up yourself.
I
you know?
think you're forgetting how many times we saw them use their like powers together in that fight. Because I feel like there were
Yeah, there was cool team
like
up
the
stuff.
hitting the shield and stuff, and people shooting shields.
I
and-
think even the slow-mo moment in the beginning of Age of Ultron when they all just fly through the scene from the
I
side
don't like
shot.
that. That to me is exactly what you were describing.
That-
It's
yeah,
like,
I thought
let's
that's what you
start
were
with that
talking about.
moment, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh come on, you
Yeah.
gotta build that moment. You can't start with that moment.
But that's the thing. They were saying
You
like,
can't
"Hey,
start with
look,
back
this is
and
an
black.
establishment
You gotta
team."
build the black
Yeah.
Can we
Black.
just give an award to whatever the bridge scene in Ragnarok?
Yeah, let's just talk about that
100%.
scene
That's,
again.
I honestly, I think it's that for me.
No,
and
I
I feel
don't
like that
know.
beats even Avengers because it's so fucking perfect.
It's so perfect.
It's what everybody wanted it to be.
And you go back and watch that scene again, like I rendered a criticism of it the first time where I was like, I didn't like how he was punching people and they weren't. I went back and watched it again with Greg. We bonded. He's
Well,
throwing.
you all saw it together?
He's no, we just watched.
I
it.
was
It's
also
just
there,
that scene
but I
at
guess
his
I
best.
didn't
Adam, some
bond
mini
with them.
Twixes.
It's nice. He's literally, as he's punching people, electrocuting them, and they're disintegrating as they get pushed into the air. It is fucking beautifully done.
It's
It is
so
a
good.
great.
He does the
great
Fight scene.
moment.
Great fight
The
scene.
ride and spin, the
The ride and
fucking
It's
lightning
fucking
bolts
perfect,
coming
man.
down. I know what
Hulk
you're doing,
being there,
Greg. I agree.
Valkyrie walking in. It's so damn great. I fucking love it. I feel like that and the Avengers circle shot and then fly through are the only two scenes that I look up on YouTube every month just to look at and watch.
I really feel like we got robbed of like the scene in Infinity War when he comes in with his hammer. We should have had the immigrant song.
I agree.
I think that like watching it the second time, I was like, it would have fit. It would have fit perfectly.
How amazing is someone does a big cut of that where every Thor moment has the immigrant song.
I wonder if they
Every time
toyed
do it.
around with it in some way though, of
I'm sure
having that happen, but it was because Rocket or Groot had the tape recorder. You know
That
what I
would've
mean?
been so
some way to, like,
great.
some way to make it make sense, or the Zoom.
Because that's the thing, with the exception of Immigrant Song, in the MCU, and correct me if I'm wrong about this, but every time there's like licensed music playing, there's always an in-world reason, whether it's Iron Man's like PA system or the cassette players, cassette tapes. and
No,
all
I
that
think
stuff.
he was. Oh, maybe they were in the first scene of Iron Man, isn't it? When he's
Playing the
driving
Humvee.
back and back when they're in the Humvee, are they
Yeah.
playing that in the
But
Humvee?
that's
I would
that's
think, yeah,
playing
it's
in the
in the
Humvee,
Humvee.
and then when he's in Iron Man 2, when he's at the Stark Expo, like it's his entrance that's playing the music.
so good.
And then there was other
Super
examples of
pro.
it too. I mean, Iron Man 3 in the beginning, the blue song is they're at a party and it's playing. It's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, then Ragnarok's like, fuck it, doesn't matter. It's
Doesn't
dope
matter.
as fuck.
We in
And
space.
Not only once, but twice in the same
Twice,
movie.
dude.
They were like, you know, it'd be dope if we brought that back.
It's so good, man.
It's so good.
It's a moment that like
end
because
this podcast and go
because my
watch that
girlfriend hadn't
moment
seen it
again.
yet, so I looked at her just to like, is this fucking
Yeah.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Like it's so awesome, dude. Love it.
All right, final votes on it. I vote the Ragnarok scene, but I mean, obviously, Avengers is fucking dope.
I'll vote Ragnarok.
I'll vote Ragnarok.
There it is, Ragnarok. It is, man.
And I
give it to the
encourage you
there
at
it is.
home to switch them
Sound
between
thinking,
the
dang it.
best
Wait,
fight.
that's-
and
I
the best
wanted you
moment,
to
'cause
do
know it's
that.
right.
There it is.
Damn.
Oh, well, there it is.
Damn.
Ladies and
Ragnarok.
gentlemen, this has been Kind of Funny's MCU in review. Do any of you have any categories you'd like to discuss for anything? Did you want to do something?
No, the Greg Miller Award.
Yeah.
I'd like to give out. There's no voting in this one. Greg Miller Award to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 for the best use of Missouri.
I would also like to give out the Greg Miller Award
it's
to
not-
Aunt May's high-waisted jeans. I thought that was a great choice costume-wise for me personally.
What
Andy,
about?
would you like to give out a Greg Miller Award?
Are we going to review ourselves? Like, what grade would Greg get for his performance on all of these? I'd say Greg gets
Greg gets the highest grade
an
for
A+.
sure.
Because of
the
all his-
MVP award.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You-
The
you
MVP
read all
of the MCU.
Yeah.
The review.
You
Thank
nailed
you
all
all.
the
That means
wiki
a lot.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, the plots.
Yeah.
I would
I
give- I
really
would like-
hated doing them, so it's great that you liked them.
Did you
Yeah.
really hate doing that?
Yeah.
You're so
Oh,
good
man,
at
there
them.
was nothing worse than me in 45 minutes into one, and then you guys trying to correct me on some fucking little squabble and me just wanting to pick this up and beat you to
I
death.
can tell. There's always a moment where Greg does hit that point where it's like,
Where I
it's
just
either,
look at you and
it's he's just like, shut up.
I look
let
over
me
Nick's
get
on
through this.
Instagram. Like, whatever.
Because it would be like, we'd be 45 minutes in to the review and 2 minutes into the movie.
Into the movie,
And we'd
yeah.
be like, well, how long is this going to take?
We'll
like
figure it out.
If
We'll
Greg
get
gets
to
an
the
A+,
bottom of
then
this.
like I get like an S rank, right, for all the
No.
theme songs I created.
I would give you
Dude,
2
dude.
awards. I would like to give 2 Greg Miller awards to Andy. One for your masterful mastering of impressions.
Oh, thank you.
And 2 because you actually did on the fly and remembered them. You came up with all the themes
Oh, there it
for
is.
all the
It's true.
podcasts
Very
and the
impressive.
podcast.
Very
Give me
fantastic.
wigging out.
Is it a wig? I don't know. Wigging out with Scarpino. Sorry, Kev.
You get another award for breaking Kevin's Android phone. Just now.
Still good.
So good.
So going back to it, next week we're going to be reviewing Deadpool 2 on Thursday.
That's a Thursday night.
Then the Thursday night, and then the following week, Thursday night, will be the solo review. And during that, we will reveal what we're doing for our next in review show that will start the week after that and then keep going on forever.
So you don't miss
Bobby.
it. We move it to Thursdays and you don't miss a day.
You don't miss the damn thing, man.
Tim,
It's
you get
gonna
an
be fun.
A+ for all of your prep.
Yeah.
I got the papers. I got the stuff. You know what I
Do
mean?
you guys want to give Tim a Greg Miller award for organizing this and hosting this?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would love
I do.
to.
I do.
Okay.
Nah,
I don't think he
Thank
deserved
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
I think you got to give a Greg Miller
Oh,
award to Kevin. Kevin's not on podcasts regularly. This is his first
He
He
regular
gets up for the most
podcast. He's been
excitement.
great.
He's the guy with the most excitement. You know?
I am
He brings
very
the
easily
best
excited.
energy to the table.
Cool Greg says Kevin has the
Greg.
best.
I want to
list.
give a Greg Miller award to Cool Greg for really liking the Hulk and just as a character, and no matter
Yeah.
what happens, not giving a fuck about anything else but the Hulk.
Really happy he didn't watch Infinity War.
Speaking of too, let's give a not giving a fuck Greg Miller award to Joey Noel, who just didn't even bother watching any of the Marvel movies
Any of them.
during this.
Just watch Grease 2 over and over again.
Yeah. And I want to give a Greg Miller award to you for watching the show along with us. Thank you for watching week to week. I hope that you guys are excited about what we're going to do next. I hope that you keep watching along with us. And even if not, just watch these. Greg's funny and has funny plot summaries
Sure.
and shit. So you don't feel the need to watch the movies. Just fucking watch us.
Greg
Until
Miller
next
award.
time.
Have a marvelous day.
I give a Greg Miller award to myself for coming up with that joke about the Greg Miller awards. And I'd also like to point out that no one gave me a Greg Miller award. So I'll
I
give
want
one
to
to
give you a Greg
myself.
Miller
I'll
award
give one
for
to
most
myself.
growth.
Oh,
for
good.
not putting Iron Man 1 as number one.
We want to
Thank you.
give you.
Everyone gets an award.
We want to give
now.
you room to improve going forward with the rest of the in
I gave
reviews.
Kevin one for having the loudest voice. I don't.
Oh, man.
So, do you should we have done a post-credit scene for this?
I would have done a post-credit scene for this just to finish the MCU in review with post-credit scenes, but they were like, no, and they just wanted to walk away.
I mean, I don't blame them. I want to walk away too. Do you know that most people don't even know that there's post-credit scenes?
Really? That
Yeah.
sucks. We put a lot of work into them.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit too much. We did stuff.
I've put a good amount of effort into
Somebody
some of them.
already went through and edited them all together. We should do that on our own so we get views for it.
Yeah, we almost did.
The kind of funny story. We almost did.